It doesn't exist. Perfect skin does not exist. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tanaye White, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the perfect, pristine, clear model makeup look for castings or for when you're submitting your digitals. Now, the first thing I do want to say is perfect model skin is not real. It does not exist. It doesn't exist. Perfect skin does not exist. From my firsthand experience, I can tell you right now, I've met a lot of models in person whose skin you wouldn't think would be a model skin. Let's just put it that way. And that's okay. We all have different skin. We all go through different struggles, and that is perfectly fine. But just remember, if you have a dark spot, if you have a pimple, like I do right here, it is perfectly okay. That's what makeup is for. So today I'm going to break it down to you on how I personally wear my makeup for the no makeup look. When you're going to castings, you're supposed to have a bare face, but not a bare face. It's like they want you to look perfect and have no makeup, but still at the same time wear makeup because they know your skin really ain't really like that. It's really complex, but if you know, you know. All right, let's go through how you transform an imperfect face into a flawless one for castings, for models. All right, so the first thing that I do is I always go in with concealer. I actually don't wear foundation anymore. If I do, it's because I'm going for like a very dramatic look, but I actually canceled foundations. Like, she dead to me. I don't do her anymore. I just stick to concealers. So what I will do is spot correct with concealer that is close to my skin tone. I know it doesn't look like it, but it actually does blend on my skin here. This is Nars's Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I actually just got hip to this. I've seen so many beauty gurus rant and rave about this, and I always was like, y'all hyping it up too much. Like, calm down. I'm good with what I got. It can't be as great as you say it is. And then I got a travel size literally like 6 months ago, and I was like, oh, you weren't lying. Like, this is the real deal. So what I go ahead and do is, I'm just going to be using my compact mirror so I can see where I'm putting it, but I am going to put it on my dark spots. Hopefully you guys can see this. So right now the right side of my face is really problematic. Got that spot right there, and then the middle of my eyebrows, I always break out here. I always have hyperpigmentation here. I have for pretty much my entire life, since the day I started getting acne, and it's just a part of my life. I've accepted for what it is. But I'll go ahead and I'll always conceal the middle of my eyebrows. And then if I see any other additional little imperfections that I really could just fix, I will. And then on days like these where I actually do have a little bit of a mustache, I'll go ahead and put it like this. I'm so cute. And I'll let that sit for like a minute or two. And while that is setting, I will go ahead and go in with a lighter concealer, and this is strictly for my under eyes. Although I don't have dark circles under my eyes per se, I still always feel better when they're a little more lightened, and so I feel like having a combination of skin tone complected concealer as well as a lighter one does wonders for your under eyes, especially when you're trying to look awake and youthful and bright. It really transforms the face. So I'll go ahead and put, wow, sorry guys, I didn't realize that I didn't even put my Nars on my eyes. I'm tired, I need coffee. a little bit like that. So yeah, like I said, I'm actually mixing two concealers. Two different brands, two different colors. It really doesn't matter. They both get the job done. I'll also go down my nose because I do have a little bit of a dip in my nose and it creates a shadow. So I'll go ahead and put it down the middle. And then I go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer. She's a loyal one. She's been around for years. If you haven't heard of this concealer, you've been living under a rock. It gets the job done, inexpensive. You can find it at the drugstore. Go ahead and put it under my eyes. Boom. Not much at all. Can you see that? Focus. Focus. All right, we're back in business. All right, so as you can see, I have the lighter concealer under my eyes. Then I also go at the tip of my nose, just a dot between my eyebrows, and then on my chin. And this just sort of pulls my face out with a little more definition. So now that that's set, usually right after I do the lighter color, I'll go ahead and blend. So that's what we're about to do. Don't blend too much to where the dark spots are gonna show again. Blend in a very light way so that it's blending in with your skin, but you're not wiping away or sponging away all the work you just did. Boom, I look awake. I do the chin, and I do in between my eyebrows. I pull it up, the big old forehead, so I like to pull it up, make sure I'm not missing any darker areas, and then I'll go ahead and contour it a little later. All right. Cover up the stash. Voila, now we have our base. And honestly, you can walk out the house like this. You're good to go. But I like to add a couple more steps just because I tend to have skin that gets very shiny over time. I don't necessarily have oily skin, but I just get very, very shiny on my T-zone. Like any photo shoot I've ever had, I always warn the makeup artist, just to let you know, I have a really oily T-zone and you're probably gonna have to add extra powder. And they'll like add the powder and then I'll be on set moving around and doing my thing, and then the photographer will stop and be like, we need more powder. Like I always get shiny. So with that being said, especially when I'm on the road or traveling and I may not have room in my bag to bring my little makeup kit, which is this, I'll actually just go ahead and make sure I powder myself down real good. My favorite powder that I actually just recently not recently, in the past couple months, I came into, one of a good friend of mine who also happens to be a makeup artist for one of my clients, they taught me about the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I actually have a giant version of the beige looking one, but this medium deep one is their newer shades, which they've designed for obviously darker melanated skin. And I have to tell you, I am shook. I'm shook. So if you're tan, if you're my complexion, if you're darker, I actually think they have, this shade is translucent medium deep, and I think they actually might have one that's just deep. Don't quote me, but I think they do have a darker shade than this, but I completely stand by it. So basically it's a little powder thing like this, and I'll go ahead and use my sponge. I literally use my sponge for everything, and I'll go ahead and I will take a generous amount, and then I will go ahead and pat it under my eyes. So watch closely. And I don't bake. I just let it sort of melt in with the creamy concealer I just added. And I work it close to my nose to help do a subtle contour or a reverse contour. And by the time you're ready to step outside the house, it's melted in with your skin's oils and your concealer or foundation, whatever you have on your skin, on your face, in a way that it just looks dewy. Not oily, but just dewy. You look like you have a pregnancy glow, you know? So every time anyone asks me what do I have on my face, I always credit this, as well as my Farsali oil, which I'm not using today. I usually use that more in the winter when my skin is really suffering from dryness. But those two are my tried and trues for sure. And I bring it up my cheek, as you can tell. And then with whatever I have remaining, I'll go and do my T-zone of my forehead and my chin, and sometimes the tip of my nose, but I actually do like when the tip of my nose gets a little shiny. And boom. So now we're all powdered down, and literally guys, we've only used 2 products, concealer and powder, and look how flawless. Look at that. Look at that change, and that was under what, like 2 minutes? All right. So now that we have the powder set, I go ahead and I do just a very, very light contour. Again, we're trying to go for that flawless, no makeup look, and so you don't want to go overboard with this, but I just like to sort of enhance my jawline a little bit. And if it's one of those days, like let's say if it's that time of the month, I notice that my nose actually gets a little bigger, so I'll go ahead and contour it just a little bit. But most of the time I'm just doing my cheeks and a little bit of my jaw so that I can have a more snatch face. And what I'm using is Morphe's contour kit. It's called Brontour. It has a combo of bronzer and contour powder, and as you can tell, I've been using this baby like it's my job. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip it in to the darker side. I don't really use highlight anymore too, believe it or not. I used to die for some highlight. I barely use it anymore. Have your brush sort of like this, and then just lightly smooth it close to your ear. Don't ever drag it into your face because you're just asking to get clocked. Just do it near your ears. And that will really help to enhance your cheekbones in a subtle way. And then what I do is I'll like take it into my hairline a little bit just so it's not too unnatural looking. And then whatever I have remaining on the brush, I'll put it on both sides of my nose. But the key to a good fake contour or a good powder contour is actually contour your inner eyes right here. That little curve, that's where you contour if you want your nose snatched. People think it's down here, but that's part of it. But if you really want that snatched look, it's actually contouring up here. So whatever I have left on, doesn't do much, but it does something. All right, so boom. I also have a butt chin, so it helps for me to put extra light concealer here and then contour on the side so it doesn't look as butt-like. Boom. Voila. And I also have like a 10 head, so sometimes if I need it, especially if my hair is up like it is now, I'll contour just a little bit of my forehead so it doesn't look as in your face. All right, so here we go. Now I would wear this to a casting with, in general, I would probably wear this to a casting. However, there are two things that I find really important for me to look awake and more youthful. So the first thing is eyebrows. For my eyebrows, I actually am obsessed with the LA Girl, I guess, brow duo. I don't know the name for it, I lost the cap, but it has a spoolie on this side, hopefully you guys can see this, and then it has the pencil which rolls up and down on the other side. So what I like to do is, as you guys can tell by the way, if you didn't notice already, I have like no eyebrows. So what I like to do is first I'll go ahead and brush up my eyebrows. I always wish I had bushy, fluffy eyebrows like some women, but my eyebrows give out halfway down my face. It's like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, goodbye. Like, it's crazy. So I brush them up to give the appearance of a bushier brow. I haven't waxed my eyebrows since quarantine started, by the way. And then I'll go ahead and let me get closer. Once they're brushed up like this, I'll go ahead and just lightly stipple the inside and bring the brow a little closer inward. Again, this is a great way to fake like you have a snatched nose. I go on both sides. Boom, now I have an eyebrow. Look at that transformation, come on y'all. Wow. Okay, and then my last step, I told you guys this was really quick and really easy, is, can you guess? Can you guess? Mascara. I have been using the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara since I started wearing makeup, which was when I was 16. And I've tried other mascaras. I've tried Better Than Sex. I've tried that pink, I think it's CoverGirl one with the green top. Like, I think we've all had that mascara at least one point in our lives. But once I tried this baby, who put me onto this? I think it was Carly Bible, the YouTuber Carly Bible. She put me onto this and I tried it and I've never looked back. I have not. I always have at least 2 of these on deck at all times. So I'll go ahead and just do one coat and I'll emphasize the end so that I can actually accentuate my almond eye shape. I'm just on the ends. Can you see the difference? Then we're gonna go ahead with the other one. Sometimes, and not all the time, when I'm doing castings, I also do my under eyelashes. I just feel like it'll make your eyes look a little bigger. I literally just do a very, very light coat. And there we go. And then if you realize that, hey, maybe I contoured a little too much or I'm not really getting that blended feeling that I was going for, I'll go ahead and take a either kabuki brush or another type of blush brush, take it into my MAC, what is this? God, I've had this thing forever. This is my MAC Studi Fix Powder Plus Foundation, and I will just gently, just sort of go everywhere except for under my eyes, because I don't want my under eyes to get any darker. Boom. That is my no makeup look. There you have it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know if you have any other video ideas you would like me to share or create about, you know, being a model in the industry, makeup looks, outfit looks, hair looks, Q&A, like I'm all for it right now. So with that being said, I hope you're all staying safe and staying home, and have a great day. Thank you for watching, and also please be sure to like this video, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you like this content and would love to see more content about modeling. Thank you.